Testing. Cool. Okay, so we get. Right, so. Hi everyone. I'm going to give a round with people. In. And. Hey, Chris. So, first. Hi, I'm Chris. Like this. I also look like that. Don't know where my camera will be, but it'll be one of these two. Point is I have a new single I'm working on. Actually started writing it. I'm a single called Overthinking, and it's got a second album. Currently works. Now, I've worked on this song for a while now, and finally come around to get the process. There's a lot of interesting stuff in the project, and I thought it'd be good to share it with you guys. Just writing experience, and how I write songs, and why I choose interesting time signals. Now, in the last live stream I did on Facebook, there's some hot. Next hour or this the Logic project. That's the Logic project, but it's in essence. If we just go here, tracks, that, what all of the tracks are and what they're all. Gonna check we are actually. Yeah, we're all. So, the project, and before we go into it, I feel I figure out what the song sounds. Overthinking. Happening and again, boys. Never make a fight of something alright. Signals, what is this about? I wanted to love you, cause time is running. Thinking of the worst and never the best. Trying to sleep and put my mind to rest. Worried for the wrong reasons or for the right. Never make a fight of something alright. Thinking of the worst and never the best. Trying to sleep and put my mind to rest. Worried for the wrong reasons not for the right. Never make a fight of something alright. Everything about you makes me laugh and cry.
Okay, so that was a song. You guys enjoyed it. Thank you. And it is a stream. I'm joking. Not quite the end of the stream yet. We've only just begun. But yeah. So that's my new song. There's still things I need to finish. This isn't the finished product, but the version that you'll hear won't be far from this. Um. So the question. So if you guys do have any questions, do drop them in the chat, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. You know, about this song, about songwriting. But there's a lot of layers, like I said. This includes a stereo out. There's 6 tracks, so it's a lot of unnecessary. But they're all kind of necessary. So, yeah, good. But to summarize the story, about a year ago, I was with one of my friends, and I was in one of the studio spaces. I had this project. I had this song idea on my phone called Thinking, and I also had this for a drum groove in 13/8 part here, or rather piano section. I had this section in 13/8, and I was messing around with different vocal ideas, and I managed. Said to myself, well, that's not the main chorus. I started writing out these chords section. And from that, I had this idea of it, kind of sort of call and response thing. Overthink counter voice is very much like this A and B call and response kind of. So as you can see, we'll go more further in depth in stuff like that in a little bit. But it's like the actual chorus just make this up. Thing, which I thought had a nice play to it. You'll notice that the chorus section's in 10/4. The reason why it's in 10/4 is because there's 6 bars and like 2 bars, and the best way for me to either be 4/4 with an extra bar of 2, and then just repeat that. I couldn't be bothered to, so I just said I'll add it together, and I'm supposed to write this out on a score. I might well put 2 bars of 4 and then a bar of 4. That's how I would write it in this case. Inside of Logic, so yeah, we have this project here, quite big. Again, do ask questions in the chat if you guys are watching. And General Kenobi, hello James Morrison, hope you're well. He's sung on a couple of my tracks. He's not on my new album, but he did help write some my first album to be. Yeah. So here we've got a project. Here is drums. I feel as if the easiest way to do it is to go from it's like the story of how I wrote it and what happened. So I had this idea of like I'm overthinking. I wrote this sort of chorus section, and me and my friend were just in the same room. He didn't help me write it per se, but he did give me hey, what happens if you change that chord there? And I was like, that's cool. So I was sharing this sort of, great moment with him, and section came along. I was like, this was in summer, and I was still writing and recording this album. And I was like, this isn't my first album. This is the second thing. I don't know what it was going to be. It's going to be an album, but decided to go for this album. And I was still writing the first album, but I said no. This is something that. So I had this chorus section, wonderful. I had some, I needed something different for the verse, and for the pre-chorus section, I wanted to have a bit of swing and a bit of like a John Bellion, J Dilla kind of like swing and sort of that vocal, almost rapish, not quite. And what happened was I was messing around on the keyboard that I just had open it, switched on here, came up with this. Yeah, that's how. So I was playing this melody. That's cool. So I played it over the top, and you can hear it in the chorus. It's played on the pedals. But it's actually the sort of main melody, vocals.
Thinking of the worst and never the best. Trying to sleep and put my mind to rest. Worried for the wrong reasons, not for the right. Never make a fight of something alright.
And I was like, wow, this is. And I started writing some drums. In this case, there's a wonderful, wonderful selection of sounds. And it's swing, and I added some swing to it. I do enjoy some swing, and this is what I came up with. Mining it underneath, and also the bells as well. Bass. You bring in a vocal.
Never make a fight of something alright. Thinking of the worst and never.
Had this wonderful quality. And yeah, I'm really drawn to that. I knew in the verses I wanted to strip it back a bit, so the drums are slightly less complex. Very simple. Still got the swing, still it hasn't got the extra shakers. Back. I also came up with this melody. We're gonna find this melody a lot throughout the album, kind of like a motif for this new album. It's dotted around the place everywhere. It won't be on all of the songs, but it's the majority of them. Your task is to go and find it in all of the songs that it's melody sounds something. And I originally came up with it messing around with some yep, that's real. And before I was recording it, rather after I was recording it, I was just pressing like random notes and stuff. Like, oh, a little bit of random notes. But in the intro, odd bit. I call them sparkles. Sparkles, individual notes added in here and there, and that was a wonderful thing to have. Hey Ux, can you make a drill beat, please? This is the wrong stream for a drill beat, but one day we have some reverse blips. These are quite cool. This is just a guitar part, but reversed. And let's just back forward, something like that. And that in itself is enough. So I had this really nice guitar mode stuff, and the drums as well. and I was drawn to that. The next part was the harmony and what comes with the harmony. Now the harmony is I wouldn't say it's incredibly straight. Not traditional. What is a flat? Oh, sorry. The song is in A flat major or G sharp. I think of it more in G sharp major than I do A flat because I just sharps naturally, but it is in A. First chord is A flat major. Very like sorry, A flat sus4 major. You raise up this third. Sometimes the common thing people do is they'll have a progression. That's the second, by the way, an A flat sus2. You can actually see it at the top of the logic around about. Then I go to this. Is a logic is telling me that there's a B flat no third 7/9 chord. I don't really know how. I think I would write it as like an added 2 with no fifth B flat, but it doesn't matter. The way that I came chords, what I did was I got this gentle bells melody I had, and I quantized all of the notes to be changing every bar. So you can see. When the first half of the melody, that's what made the first chord. It's like, done. Okay, that's cool. And then the next, line of the phrase is so I made a chord around that, which is done. And then at the end, cycle goes. That in itself makes a chord. That's just a dissonance A flat and then I put the bass with it just to give it a bit of change over. Had such a wonderful and tender chord. Come up with ideas for tracks coming. I will tell you that. Give me a second. But yes, that's how I came up with the chords for it, and it's quite very unusual. Sometimes the melody can guide the harmony. F major, you play it, harmonize it, or you can harmonize D chord, or you can D and seventh. These options work in harmonizing. I took it harmonize virtual form, quantizing the notes to be every beat. So it's like 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. And simply put, that's how I. Oh, I also have this nice sort of descending mode. It's just a small thing. It just goes down G flat A flat major. There's a very nice delay on it. Very. Oh, it downwards moves us into the song, and that's very sweet. I enjoy that part. Yeah, we had a question by my friend Arx. He's a cool. But he asks, how do you come up with ideas for tracks when composing? Which is a good question, and I'm going to answer it as a serious manner. What happens on my phone? I have voice notes. Voice notes are incredibly useful. The moment I will come up with an idea, stick it in my phone, and I'll be able to come back to it after a couple days. Be like, oh yes, I have this cool idea. Then I can go in Logic the next day and be like, yep, I want. So when I'm coming up with like lyrical ideas, normally I'll just have a melody pop into. It won't be much. It might only be a. This is a more filled out one because I had an idea for it. But ooh, that's, the point is that I'll sit at a piano or I'll be walking around in public. Huh, that's an idea that I can use, and then I'll do that. And if we like show you my phone and read see all the different voices I have in here, that's how I do come up with the idea. Most that's how I come up with the basic lyrical concepts, and then what I'll do is fill them out. So, chorus, I had this idea of if I'm overthinking your lie, as the first lyric pops into. Okay, we'll just make this look. If I'm overthinking your lie, everything about you makes me cry. Like this wholesome, I guess, about it, which I enjoy about the song. That is my song. I find that I get most of my ideas when I'm doing stuff. So I've gotten when I'm like preparing to go, all of a sudden a melody, lyrical pop into my, or sometimes I've gone out to cycling, taken my, ooh, that's really go to the pavement idea, going with my day, and inspiration comes out of doing stuff. When you're writing songs and stuff like that, you need to have something to, and to an extent writing full well. For me, I appreciate songs have, song is called Overthink, about overthink. Person in your life being the reason why you're overthinking. It's like you're overthinking about the situation to the point where you're not actually thinking is good. Being like, how do I respond to that text, or what move should I do? The best film to watch in cinema with personal, but then you're thinking about it so much, you're not actually acting. Saying like, which film do I go see at the cinema? Not asked if she went to the cinema. The song Overthinking was kind of about very being very timid within your own comfort zone with how you think. Overthinking is also something that generally do. We music. This song has 8 layers. That's a lot of overthinking. Um, the hint is in the title, but that's how that comes. So I always find that doing stuff is a good way to do it. Chances are, if you're trying to come up with lyrical ideas, which I know in your case asks you, but if you're coming up with lyrical ideas, I do suggest, well, you can't at the moment because of COVID. Side, try and make some friends, or go local restaurant, talk to some experiences are like one of the hot chocolate. Very good. If you guys ever want a hot chocolate, come to my house in. Technically, you can come over to my house now. I won't let you in. I might serve you hot chocolate. Depends if I feel. But yeah, so when you're writing song lyrics, do think of stuff. When you're coming, having something to. Okay, so the song was overthinking. I attached it for an event, and that will sometimes spark creativity. If you do have an idea, no matter how short it is an idea, get it down. Whether you get into your voice note and you put it in Logic or FL, or you just hit the piano with a progression, hit record, and you just say, okay, I need to go to bed now. That's fine. The point is that if you have an idea, I won't use all of this on my phone. Lose an idea, very rare it's going to come back to you. Do not want to miss those opportunities. Really good. Ooh, so I would have been annoyed at myself if I lost it. Thankfully, I got the idea when I was. That's it. Walks and exercises. Maintain your patient, helpful, come with it. There are people songs from sad place. There does need to be an amount of optimism, okayness in be able to. But yeah. So when composing, just come up with an idea, stick with it, go and do stuff once it's over. At the moment, it's obviously, but watch a live stream out their day, that or whatever. Try and give yourself a song. Don't just give the beat a. Giving songs reason good and important. If you want an album which has songs that go to James Blunt's is, and all the songs on there he said have like meaning to it. I was like, that's cool. All the songs he said. But anyway, that's enough about James. If you have more questions, do drop them in the chat. That's the thing to do. Go through the track a little. When I got to needed to add variation because good thing to add, so I added marimbas. Muted marimba. Very quiet thing. Marimba's just arced off bit. We also have a bass as well. Bass is cool. Bass wasn't recorded on an actual bass. Recorded on my guitar, which is down on the floor next to me. I got it, my guitar, I put bass. I dropped it down an octave. At the time, I didn't. Make the most out of a bad situation. Get your guitar, pitch down 12. We also have other basses. This is a bass. Made it in Serum, or no? I made it. Sounds something like this. Nice sound. And I like that. In the chorus section, I was like, the drums need to change. So I moved it from a con sound, drum kit sound, and I made it a bit more quantized. The grooving where the downbeat is will feel strange because it's in 10/4, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1. That's how you sort of count it, or I would choose to count it anyway. Drums. What else in the project is? So we've gone through the piano. The piano is just a piano. It's how I wrote most of the ideas. The bridge section included. That's how most of that was. The keys, I have 2 layers for this. I have Rhodes, which I removed a shift and stuff, and the nice harmonic piano. Harmonic piano has A harmonic piano has harmonics. Watery Rose has a bit of attack to it. Dun, dun. Got a attack which is quite nice. Together, it makes this sound, which is Facebook way. Yeah, like that. Bells. There's lots of bells because I was using different layers at different times. I'm gonna be bothered to automate stuff. It's made up of two main sounds. And this pulse patch I found in Serum, like 5. Oh, it's actually just one of the default Serum sounds. Yeah. I do a little bit of cut off it. I actually automated this live on my keyboard. I didn't want the filter just opens and closes unnaturally. I have a human as a bit of variation. I enjoy variation. Also have some timbrels. This was recorded. You're like, Chris, are those tambourines? And it's, no, it's a timbrel. Played as tambourine. That's pretty tambourine. They are actually timbrels marching in. I think with African French origin. Quote me on that, because I might be wrong. I don't like being wrong. But something along those lines. And that's cool. Very cool. I also have some pretty sound sparkle. There's two things that do. Is bells. I have an arpeggiator and a huge reverb on it. Super washed out. And then I do the same here. Patch called Fade by Zen World from Sounds. Add some. But it's such a nice sound. And that's just added in. It's the second chorus to final chorus. I haven't actually labeled the final bridge or the final chorus. Let's add a marker for final. Otherwise, you guys wouldn't have been able to tell what section what, and that would have been unfortunate. That isn't it? Yeah. Let's go into vocals. So with vocals, I have two stuff. I have lead vocals, and choir stuff. Choir stuff is self-explanatory. So we'll get into that and all this. We'll start off with lead vocals. So you'll notice that they're recorded on separate tracks. It's because the way that the song's written is kind of in this A-B form, and I can perform it in a live scenario where I say all of the words straight, but in this case I wanted there to be a gap between phrases. So it starts off
I never really knew you, I never really tried. Been trying not to lose you, trying to keep my pride. I'm sorry I ignored you, sorry for my ignorance. You're everything to me, a brighter riff for us.
I love this. Yeah, so I did this sort of A-B section. With this one, they are just done in one take and then copy and paste over to track it. And then also did some refs under. Like,
thinking of the worst and never the best. Trying to sleep and put my mind to rest. Worried for the wrong reasons.
some of these notes are incredibly sharp. Thanks for that.
Man.
Imagine they're not. Also underneath that we have takes like me, same thing, but
Us. But I'm thinking of the worst and never the best. Trying to sleep and put my mind to rest. Worried for the wrong reasons, stop for the right. Never make a fight of something alright.
sibilance. Tons. The song isn't very hard. That's how that works. I don't have the lyrics accessible, not without revealing a bunch of other stuff. And also the song's not out, so I can't play lyrics. I should train myself a bit. I'm just gonna check the streaming. That's my face, and that's all of you. Kind of what you see, but not. Yeah, we're all good. Track's all good. All good. Healthy. Nice and fine. Is there a gate on your vocal? There might be a gate on my vocal. I hope there isn't. Who knows? Yeah, so we're all good. Yeah, testing. Is there a gate on my vocal? No. Oh, below 50 dB there is, maybe. Yeah. That's how this track works. Again, do drop questions. But with most of this stuff, it's mostly tracking. Lead vocals double tracked.
If I'm overthinking, you're the reason why.
Like having some choir stuff. Now, I'm not a good singer. I'm not a sounded singer. I am no Scott Ribbon, no Vapor and from. I am no Roddy Ryan from Roddy Ryan. But I do enjoy layering voices. This is one thing I did. Wow, vocal layer. And there's just lots of layers. All stacked together to create a chord. A high. A high note for me. Well, with that. And then you get this nice vocal layer.
For us, thinking of the best and never the best. Trying to sleep and for my mind to rest. Worried for the wrong reasons, not for the right. Never make a fight of something alright. Thinking of the West and never the best. Trying to sleep and put my mind to rest. Worried for the wrong reasons, not for the right. Never make a fight of something alright. You're the reason why. And cry. I haven't got some hopes, they're not a chance.
Yeah, choir stuff, it's kind of simple, singing a note and being like, where's the next note? First note is like, you're the... Got all the voices, and it's like, doo-doo. But less sharp and badly. But that's kind of how it works. A good way to do choirs and all that stuff is to write it on first. Write everything. Right. An octave down. Finally. You get that nice motion. That's cool. So, check if there's any more questions. I'm sorry, 10-8. Oh, 8 out of 10. Oh, I'm being rated 8 out of 10. I haven't even got into time signature yet. That's something entirely different. Huh? But yeah. Oh, yeah, let's talk about time signature. So, the bridge section. The bridge section is going to mute the vocals just so we can get the groove in, because the groove's different. Counted in 13, which means that every bar is 13 beats long. Sounds something like, I'll put the metronome. Sounds something like. The way you count it is this kind of waltz-ish feel. So it's like 1, 2, 3. I'll do that again. I was delayed. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. starts off as this thing, which is bum, 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 up and down. This down one, up two motion kind of creates this waltz. And then at the end, I just have this sort of extra bar or two where it's like do do do, as if like the waltz is speeding up or like a question's being thrown at you. Like, ooh, there's a change. You know? And then when you put this into a time signature and you count it in 13/8, you don't count the entire bar of 13. You do a thing called subdividing, and subdividing is incredibly important. What you need to do with subdividing, take a time signature, and I'm not a drummer by the way, but what you do is you take a time signature and you break it down into different groupings of time that are smaller than 13. So common ways to do it is with 2s, 3s, and 4s, because they're pretty standard, and they're quite small numbers to count to. So when you're counting in 13, I like to think of it as a grouping of 3, another grouping of 3, another grouping of 3, and a grouping of 2. So you go 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2, and that makes 13. 1 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. You get 13. And the way that you do subdividing is do it in such a way so that you know where the down and up beat of each section is. So it's like I have the downbeat on the 1, what would be also the 4, and then also the 7. Yes, like the 1, the 4, and the 7 are the downbeat, and then also 9 is then also 10. So it's like 1, 4, 7, 10, or so. There's downbeats and upbeats. I can't count today. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Back and forth cycles. That's how you do time signatures. Know how to subdivide. That's important. Yes. Subdivide. That's very important. So I'll just go through. So that's pretty much the project. What have I got on my? Didn't if I wrote anything on my. I didn't write anything. That's perfect. Go over the mix, even though it's not quite done. I'm just gonna flatten all these tracks because I don't think you need tracks. You're just overwhelming. Essentially, is this, but we go through the mix. I have keyboards, which is moving some of the low end, the bells, which is the bass, which is low end. This bass is separately and just low end. The drums just have if anything, a boost of low end. Most of this is low end reduction because I try not to. It's not that I don't try to, but if a sound is good, you do not need to EQ it every single time. You do not need to always go and notch down 3K by 4 decibels, whatever. Sometimes it is not needed. Now, sometimes if you're working in a certain genre and you're doing the same thing all the time, you know what EQ sounds best. But if you're just going through a song and you're like, oh, I don't know what to EQ, maybe I'm just EQing for the sake of EQ, don't do it. Also, don't be afraid to do extreme EQs on recorded stuff. When you're recording, you'll never get a perfect sound as if it's a sample. So when you're making it your own sample, something you've recorded, you really need to mess with the sound. And sometimes if you want to boost a low end by 30 decibels, you can do that and you feel fine about it because ultimately in music there are no rules. Music is down to personal preference. Part of it is it music? And Ben Sharpro said that music has to have rhythm, melody, harmony, and then he goes and says that rap music is bad. But don't listen to that interview because he's wrong. But so generally speaking, you have these 3 things of like rhythm, harmony, melody. Generally speaking, Ben Sharpo is not a nice dude. Went on to say stuff like, "Oh, well, stuff like drill has rhythm, but it doesn't really have much melody. Doesn't really have a lot of harmony. So it's only 2." He's wrong on so many levels, but we're not going to get into that because yeah. But to essentially summarize, have the chords. keyboard. That's very nice. Summarize, we have the harmony. Quite I don't know if repetitive is the right word, but quite not sudden jumps. It's stuff. You have to jump and move. Quite a simple song to play, which means if you want to cover it when it comes out, you can. So that's where the harmony for the song comes from. Rhythm comes from the drums. Purely the drums and really not much else. You can hear the swing in. So it just adds groove and very it's just groove. Melody comes from vocal, and it also comes marimbas, the bell sounds with and all that other stuff. I'm being told that I'm live streaming on my own YouTube channel. How exciting is that? We're just gonna let that slide for a minute. One tip whenever you're writing music, feel free to when people normally write music, they'll sometimes keep it quite thin. We haven't got onto white noise yet. I will do that. But some people will just have quite a thin song. That's really thin. It's just drums. Okay, that's cool. Then when you add in some reverse sound, there's rain. Oh, there's this nice wailing in reverse section. The song sort of has a bit more room and atmosphere to breathe. That's something. Going to the white noise quick, there's a couple of tracks. First thing is a rain sample. Get the rain sample. I went into the browser, into Logic's loops, and I typed in rain. I typed in rain and I got a sample of some rain and I dragged it in and I looped it. Next thing I did was these just white noise bars, which essentially was there was a bunch. My neighbors have children and they had some friends around. This was during summer. Everything was outside. There was cars going past. So all I did was I just recorded like the outdoor sounds. And underneath all the noise, you can hear sounds of children playing and having fun and that sort of stuff. That's how that track. And also over here we have Will 8. Now I have a friend called Will, and he has a soundboard, and his soundboard normally sounds something like this. Range of unusual sample, a little bit of space and when it's nice and light mix, so you don't notice it. And then also transition to the next beat. I just have. I'm pretty sure it's just my voice. But anyway. That sounds like wow. I was sort of mimicking these reverse blips kind of thing. Just as like something adds variation. Transpose this back down. Finish it when. And that's all cool. The end of the song, I have some automation. When the chords stop playing, I say goodbye to the outdoor noise. The rain just. So add ambience track because that's a cool thing to do, and I recommend ambience. But just very, generally speaking, very very good. Can't complain at that, can you? Just checking how the stream's doing on my. I'm paying attention to you guys are cool. But yeah, so that's cool. So I hit my desk. I'm sorry if you heard that. But yeah, so this is a new song. It's called Overthinking. It's gonna be on my album that I'm working on. Can't give you the album title I'm working on. Can't give you any of the track details. But you'll notice that my first album was quite a lot of collaborations on it. There's nothing wrong with that. If we type in Barwix, it might, yep, Barwix, go to my latest release, which is my album. You'll notice there's lots of collaborations and features on it, and all of the features and that stuff is wonderful. It was great, having all these tracks and stuff like that. Friends. But yeah, great having them on. They were just all nice and super people to work with and stuff. The difference between this album beginning and new album, that my new album's a lot more of me. So the previous album was orchestrated. So on the song Light in the Darkness, I wrote that with Roddy, and I also wrote it with Scott Ribbons as well, but he the actual. But there's also like Hornets and stuff like that. On Autumn Leaves, Another Day of Hope beginning, Theo Williams Birchwell, which is his name, didn't I? But oh well. He's the drummer in the band called Vapor that Scott's in. He also played drums on a couple of tracks as well. I have some guitar on the beginning played by Jake Mason, the guitarist from Vapor as well, and also backing vocals. But yeah, so that's all. But the point is that on my first album, there's also collaborations. Plus, my second album will be a lot more. This track was, for the most part, in time. A couple parts where I asked a friend, like, "Hey, what do I do about this chord?" It's not like I invited a friend to my. Hey man, you come and play key. Most of this song's done by myself, and I do not encourage collaborations, especially in this time where we're all sat in our very good and collaborate with people. But one of the things I found with my first album, the beginning, I had to play it because I had to mix songs and get like demos to people, kind of schedule things between work, that stuff. It's a tiring process. But with this album, I can just work at my own pace. That I can how many I want in a song. I can choose. I'm the only one who's ever going to have to play them in things until we get to my band, but that's for some other time in the future. Yeah, so this second album's going to have a lot more. It's going to have a lot more personality. It's going to be less energetic. There's a lot of dance on my album in the beginning, but this album finds a little bit more back, and you can kind of tell that with this. There is still, synth bass and among other things. And other dance elements will appear throughout the songs, stuff like that. But there's a lot more acoustic stuff in it, and there's a lot more real. I call it realism. Very part of this is performal. If you have a keyboard player, a guitarist, a drummer, the bassist, you can do this song really easy. I can actually perform this song just to keep and just. I don't think it's meant to be simple music. More individual music, or at least to me it is. Not to say I don't like my love it. It's so happy I've written it. This album, this project, this is just something different. I'm really somebody experimenting on. If I go through some of the time signatures, song entirely in 6/8. I have bridge section in 5/4. I was working on something in 12/8. I'm not sure if that's going to. One of the tracks on the album is going to be 3/4. There's another going to be like an encore track, which is tracks mode. All of the different decorators that in one track. Final encore track is it? With that track, there's all the different times like the song switch going to be a magical, but you know. So I'm enjoying experimenting with time signature, harmony. One thing I wouldn't say I miss about pop music, but I do kind of enjoy originality here. That's not to say pop music is unoriginal. So when people do something different, I notice it. There's an example. There's a song by Zed, and I think the feature is funny, and it's called "Good Thing," and it's a very good song. There's an artist I like called Jacob Collier. He's got music different time signatures. What else we got? Sting. Sting sometimes has said he's written in different time signatures. Dave Thomas Jr. has written this entire song in 8. An artist called Shub Sarah, who's, I want to say, yep, New York, and he has time signature. I've been getting into some math rock as well recently. Math rock has different time signatures, and that's really, yeah. I'm enjoying experimental with music. To conclude off the live stream, it will be up here for you to watch. Tell you when the release date of this. I know it goes towards half. There will be a music. You will be able to stream it on all. I did receive the artwork. However, you're not to see that, and that's for my eyes only until, you know, the song is nearer to. Those who came down to watch the stream, I hope you enjoyed it. You know, feel free to message me and be like, hey, that's a cool. If you have other questions, I'm a chatty person. Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and all that stuff is at Barwix Music. You can go and check me out there. And I want to do more of these. I have many a project. I might do one where we actually sit down and write lyrics, and we write certain parts on all that stuff, and we can do all that together. And I think that'll be an yeah. So I hope you all safe and stay indoors, wash your hands, do your best to make sure that with others as isolation period. One good way to do that is to Discord isolated music server, and I made it very. You can check it out on my Facebook and Instagram, and it's in my bio. Discord for people come in and just talk about being musicians, as producers, as drummers. Come in, chill, have a good time. You know, for the people who've been like, I've had so many gigs, cancel, trying to unify a couple of us just to talk. Most of it's based around the Norwich area, which I guess the scene I identify. Sorry guys, I just hit you. Scene that I identify with, but yeah, that's all cool. Simply put, thanks for coming around and watching streamers. Much appreciated of you. I hope you guys have a very good evening. From me, bye.